wars every time wars started about NSA and the government. Good Will Hunting is one of my favorite movies.
Okay, we got
Genuinely
it.
one of my favorite movies.
We have it right here.
Don't get too caught up with these people that can't think. Yeah, to everyone in chat mad at me, I just ask you to, take your
It's insane.
blinders off and just try to listen to the news as it comes in. I understand that you could disagree.
Okay.
It just hit. I made lower the volume of his voice.
Trump's fragile ego and incompetence led to the collapse of the stable Obama-era Iran nuclear deal, a move that then directly stabilized
It says
the
a
region.
lot.
I totally agree. Common sense. Someone in chat said, I gotta say no. The stream is fine, but it is about a city being bombed, so I cannot like the stream. I do not like that. I wasn't asking you to actually like what's happening, but it's fine. Thank you, FJ. You are the best.
Okay.
Trump, the agent of.
Okay, some of you are so super stupid. Let's not be funny. Let's not be that guy. Let's not be that guy. If this wasn't streamed or not recorded, you would have never known.
Here is the replay.
People that say, I don't like it, you're doing this, and I'm like, no, shut up. It's my stream. It's his stream. My stream.
Why is this being weird?
Okay, we gotta check into this because this is already insane.
Oh, I see. This is messed up.
We gotta look into this.
Is that it?
Adam is a paid shill. Yeah.
Adam's a paid shill.
State of every single country. No.
Who says this?
That's why I run a YouTube channel.
People that say that people are paid shit like this. Look, what do you think we're doing? So if we start a YouTube channel, we're paid shills by the deep state or something. Don't be funny. Please don't even.
Jarring. All of the information coming out and this administration's lack of ability to handle it.
It's a great line because now in 2025, saying facts is now considered harassment.
By the way, if you're watching the stream and you appreciate the coverage, make sure you.
I love that phrase.
Let me explain to you how insane it is. Donald Trump.
It's harassment if you say facts now.
Marines, National Guard.
If you do research for some reason, it's the deep state paying you.
The explicit objection of Governor Gavin Newsom, and now we have a war breaking out. Not that the Marines would have been directly needed. That's not the implication I'm making here. But we probably want the resources at our disposal to be allocated in the right way. We don't want tired Marines who have been sleeping on the floor because Trump relocated them when it seems insane. Or when it seems like a war is breaking out.
Monday, but whatever. It's hard to figure out right now what role the U.S. played. Trump seems to be trying to have it both ways. He wants distance from the strike and to posture himself as having been for diplomacy. But as like the day goes on, he seems to be doing all these interviews and trying to take more and more credit. So again, I guess time will tell. Trump is going to talk to Netanyahu sometime
Except
today.
getting picked apart in the hearings.
To watch what happens next. Yesterday, Axios reported that Trump's golf buddy turned top diplomat Steve Witkoff told Republicans in the Senate that Iran could, quote, unleash a mass casualty response if Israel bombs their nuclear facilities.
Interesting.
That warning was unheeded. Last evening, Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu released about an 8-minute statement. It was in English, so this was designed for an American audience, not for the Israelis. Here's a clip.
This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. If not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. 80 years ago, the Jewish people were the victims of a Holocaust.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at that. Someone said stop fighting with the chat. Yeah, sorry. I get too caught up fighting with the chat. I love it sometimes.
Holocaust perpetrated by the Nazi regime. Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear Holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Today, Israel is responding to those genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own. Long live Israel and long live America. I want to thank President Trump for his...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Netanyahu and his cabinet, but I think Israel has a right to exist. But Netanyahu, by all accounts, and his cabinet
Leadership.
Oh boy.
seems to be pretty extreme. And it seems like a lot of either Jewish Americans or Israeli Americans would maybe agree that Netanyahu is extreme. But overall, Israel, of course, has a right to exist.
Confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. As the Bible teaches us, when someone comes to kill you, rise and act first.
If you think that Israel does not have a right to exist, then we just fundamentally disagree.
Pretty sure the quote is "Rise and kill first,"
And I don't know what that means. What is that? What's the implication there?
because it became
What's
the
this?
title of a book about Israel's targeted assassination program. Ben, so I suspect over the
It's
next
a
few
very,
days
it's a
we're gonna
very
have lots of
strange,
snap judgments
puzzled
about
message.
this
What is this?
either a massive success or a massive failure. The reality is it probably won't be clear.
Taste and
To
wrong.
continue, though, explosions heard in Tel Aviv as Iran launches counterstrikes on Israel.
If you're going to be keyword words and send absolute nothing burgers, you can fell off. If you're going to be keywords, get out of here. Get out of here. The chat he has is like, they're like way better than the most I've seen. But oh my goodness, some of those trolls out there that say wrong. They just type in wrong. No info. No article. No link.
his
Come on,
response is gonna be absolutely
prove me and why him and we are wrong. Prove why he and I are wrong. Besides using wrong as your response. Come on.
This would not have happened if Trump had at least somewhat of a steady hand or were able to keep Netanyahu in check and not get dog walked by Netanyahu over and over and over.
Is this ironic?
See,
Yeah.
this is why people in chat are crazy. I said about 5 minutes ago that Israel has a right to exist, and someone in chat just said, "Why do you love genocide?" Never would I
What?
ever say that I love why would you even know
What?
me?
What?
It's insane that people jump to these conclusions. I just said that Israel has a right to exist. And then I said Netanyahu seems to be a terrible, awful leader who is an extremist. But to continue, this would not have happened.
It's like saying, "Oh, I like the United States. I like the United States." And then people will go, "So you support a genocide?" I'm like, really? 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 Come on.
If I just
Really?
explain it off memory. The Iran nuclear deal was finalized in July of 2015 under Obama between Iran and 5 permanent members of the United Nations. Formal negotiations began with the adoption of the Joint Plan of Action, an interim agreement signed between Iran and these 5 nations in November of 2013. The 5 nations were
Antichrist. You want to explain to me what Harris is and what supports Israel is? You want to explain yourself? I'm a Christian. I disregard your book. Okay, Yaya Kelly. Tell me, what makes you Christian? What makes you Christian? Adam's not a high school graduate, dude's a cook. That was interesting. Does Iran have the right to defend itself? So, it's like saying, so do you have the right to defend yourself? Let me absolutely let this person bomb my entire city to smithereens. Look, there could be some terrible, awful sides to the leaders, but the leaders aren't the people. It's just not like a major part. Assume that the people are also with the government. There's some that disagree and there's some that agree. It's like saying I disagree with the United States, that means I disagree with everybody. Don't be stupid, because everybody who can say that if you agree with like, oh, I love the United States, you agree with everything that the United States does. Don't even. So should that go as well if you say, I disagree, and suddenly you disagree with everything? But no, all you would do is just try to say, so you would disagree with Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Like, really? 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 Come on. It's getting old. This is getting old. It's like saying I should not
Someone said,
record the
"Adam,
police."
Please don't argue with the narcissistic Trump supporters. I don't think I'm just arguing with Trump supporters in chat. There are a lot of people who are saying that I'm crazy on both sides. But to continue with the breaking news updates, the one that is insane, this is the headline right here. US and other countries helped to intercept Iranian missiles, Israeli source tells CNN. The United States helped Israel to intercept Iranian missiles. On top of that, US forces are just involved, which means that Donald Trump's actions directly got US forces involved into a Middle East war. For all you want to say about Biden, for all the criticisms we have about his handling of Israel and Gaza and that war, US forces, we never had US forces involved. This is new. Someone said this is more like the Cold War too. I could see that for sure. I could see that. Because right now,
Around
Russia
there.
and the United States haven't gotten in a hot war. We haven't crossed swords or crossed gunfire, rather. But we are sort of in a war where we're vying for influence over the global spheres.
There's much to say about how everything's going, through how people are yet to accept that these are facts and not just rumors.
Someone says we did have U.S. forces involved under Biden. Really? U.S. forces were intercepting missiles? I could be wrong. Someone said unsubscribed.
Hey, it's starting even going to Google. You can fall off. Come on.
Netanyahu now claims
Let's not be
war
that
is on the
person.
way. The regime does not know what hit them.
Damaged sites, and they said some of those were from interception debris, which would suggest that some of them were from missiles directly impacting. Oh, thank you, Sean TV. That's very generous of you, Sean TV. Thank you so much. Captain Jerry Donnelly, thank you.
Oh, he's
We believe in
thanking
a free
people.
Palestine, of course.
Knox, thank you so much.
Oh, by the way, since he's thanking people that's watching the stream, thank you to the viewers that are in the stream that are so far right here. Even though lots of you are now appearing quite non-existent, I'm gonna say thank you for appearing to the stream. Though most of you probably watch only the VOD later, because I do notice that people actually watch the VOD rather than be on the stream, which says a lot about all of you who procrastinate constantly. But that's besides the point. And I thank you all for even being here. And if you're lurking right now, why the fuck you're not saying anything in the chat? You're supposed to say something in the chat. I know one of you is lurking around here. Don't be that person. I know you're here. If people watch my VODs and give it so much views, as many more views than my own videos, by the way, that says a lot. Come on, you're in the stream. I'll let you watch this.
Colleen Baird.
Yeah, Netanyahu's a terrible leader.
Interact. If you want interaction, make that interaction happen.
Palestine should have better living conditions. Palestine does have a right to exist. But so does Israel. Israel has a right to exist.
Steve Prouse, Mr. Fat Cat, Lee Page, Urban Interface Living, Samantha.
Someone said I have to unsubscribe and leave. That's crazy. Member, Adam, this is where I disagree. The U.S. has already had Patriot missiles. Okay, if I was wrong, if the U.S. was active in Israeli airspaces, I could have been wrong. For sure. My bad.
Carruthers, Jose Torres, our new members, Matt K.
For those who say I'm unsubscribed and I'll leave, don't be stupid. You only subscribe to his YouTube channel for that one video that you came to his channel for. It's like the people who came in for only specific points of my channel, just subscribe and then leave just because I said something they didn't agree with. If you're going to commit to somebody's channel, my channel, you're going to commit to me and not for that one video. If you need interactions, you need to make those interactions happen with people and me myself. It's not because I want this, I want you to do this, I want you to do this. You're not doing that. You're not the one who controls the channel. I'm the owner of the channel. I'm the owner and I'm the one who manages what happens next. You're not deciding everything I do. You're not deciding everything he does. You just subscribe for one thing. That's hilarious. Because then that means that you'll watch the same thing over and over. The thing he's talking about is not something that will happen over and over.
Right when he started to really gain national popularity. And we talked a little bit about how my dad's from Syria, he's from the Middle East, how we maneuver these issues. And he's just a great, very, very warm guy. Now, I'm obviously very, very white, but most Syrians look very white. So, my dad also is pretty white passing. Yeah, Cuomo got absolutely rocked.
I have never had to resign in disgrace. I have never cut Medicaid. I have never stolen hundreds of millions of dollars from the MTA. I have never hounded the 13 women who credibly accused me of sexual harassment. I have never sued for their gynecological records, and I have never done those things because I am not you, Mr. Cuomo. And furthermore, the name is Mamdani, M-A-M-D-A-N-I. You should learn how to say it because we got to get it right. To Mr. Cuomo,
He's kind of on fire. Yo, any New Yorkers who are gonna vote, can you tell me how you're gonna rank? I endorse Zohran. I don't live in New York City, so my endorsement doesn't mean much. But if I
Come
have to
on.
choose for you,
We'd like to
I
see
really
it.
like this dude. I really think that Cuomo needs to not be given power again. New Yorkers, what do you all think? I want to hear from you.
Say it. Say
You
it.
who live in NYC.
New York, my Muslim brothers. New York. Tough Fells. New Fells. New Fells.
I'm excited to see how this turns
Excited
out.
to see?
But to continue,
I
this is one of
question
the
everything?
big points.
How are you questioning Daniel Marquez? How are you questioning anything? How? 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 Oh my goodness gracious. People, look, facts are facts. They've been proven scientifically and repeatedly tested. Oh my goodness gracious. It's so easy to just admit you're wrong. Goodness gracious.
What's up, brother? Good to see you. A lot of New Yorkers saying they're going for Mamdani. I love that dude. Okay. U.S. is officially helping shoot down missiles, meaning Trump has just gotten us dragged into a war. Iran has launched dozens of ballistic missiles towards Israel on Friday night in retaliation for Israel's surprise attack early Friday. Israel's surprise attack went to target, or was targeting nuclear facilities and military facilities. Mockler W, I appreciate you guys. Am I going to get drafted to fight in the war? I don't know. That's a really good question.
Interesting.
I hope not, but with Trump's diplomacy or lack thereof, you never really know.
They basically said
The
they
messaging that we
did.
need to be doing around
They
this,
said
guys,
they
okay.
did.
We have 10,000 people watching. If you're going to soak in anything I say through the stream, I know you guys have been listening, but just listen to me carefully here. When we're messaging around this is what you say. This war would have never happened if Kamala were president. This war happened because Trump pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal. Say it with me.
Say
This
it.
war would have never happened if Kamala won. This is true. This is not a talking point. This is the factual reality.
The war would have not
Trump
happened
allowed
if Kamala
the
won.
deal and
It is
allowed
all
it to
based on
escalate
Donald
and
Trump right
continue
now.
to
Students with ADHD say
The
that
war
time
would have never
spent
happened with
studying
Kamala
this
in
growing
reign.
section. But no.
It would have never happened under
Go
her
ahead.
jurisdiction. And it's all because of Donald Trump.
if you want to say a counter narrative in chat, then you can actually like send me an article. Please send me an article. By the way,
Send me something.
I do apologize
You're
for
right.
being the trolls in chat so many times. Sometimes when people are saying stuff in chat, I feel like it's fun to just bite on what they're saying and rebut rather than let it fly. But I guess I need to do that more. And by the way, if you're people in chat that are disagreeing, please give me more substance. Don't just say that I'm dumb and naive. Just like, come on. Thank you, Steven.
Sure.
Iran launched an extra 100 rockets towards Israel in 2 salvos, IDF says. All right. Message around this and say that Kamala Harris would not have allowed this to happen. Failed leadership.
Kamala Harris would have
weak
never allowed this to
leadership,
happen.
A failure to reel in.
A failure to reel in
Israel
Israel allowed this to happen
Trump
because
doesn't
of
even know
Donald
what's
Trump.
happening. We don't even know if Trump knew about this whatsoever. So when Israel uses intelligence that Iran is on the brink of producing nuclear weapons to launch this operation,
No way.
Israel called it Operation Rising Lion, then you have to just explain that this is because of Donald Trump. Donald Trump pulling out of that led directly to this erupting. I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate you all.
In a way, well, yeah.
I'm going to be live tomorrow at No Kings. Do not forget, tomorrow, noon Central, I'll be live at No Kings. We'll be talking about democracy. We're going to absolutely kill it. It's going to be fun. I appreciate all of you. See you in the next one. Peace out.